Going over the final trades and results from the portfolio from Friday, September 25th, you see the results here. The daily P&Ls for all 9 portfolios. All were up on the day, plus 62, 33, 75, 48, 52.50, 6,000, 67.50 on stock index 36. Here's the name of the portfolio. And you see all the results here for each one. 25K, micro stock index in gold, 100K day trade portfolio, liquid day trade portfolio, and SR counter trend 234. Going now over the individual trades, we had most of our strategies were long today. Our biggest profits were from long trades, and you see there were some short trades too. 1 out of 3 of those short trades were 1 out of 3 were winners. SR counter trend 2 E-mini S&P plus 775. SR counter trend 2 V2M 1 ES is 1 minute is minus 725, and the 5 minute is minus 725 on the day. Really straight line trend today, similar to Wednesday's straight line sell-off. We had a straight line rally, and we just keep getting these W bottom type patterns. Right now are one head and shoulders patterns, and it was a nice trending day for those that went long. And so we'll go over the long trades. At the open, mean reversion plus 675 on mirror, plus 175 on gap fill master. Small profit target there. And then the big winners were tick pullback ES, got in right at the open. A lot of chop here at the open. It really was volatile down here, more so than what the chart showed, especially on the Nasdaq. But the market held up, and then it just moved higher all day long. Yesterday was a bit of a choppy session. You saw the Wednesday sell-off. Market traded lower, choppy. Set up here to go lower, but it went higher instead in a very smooth uptrend. And the market closed, the Nasdaq closed above its last 2 Fridays closes. So fairly strong day overall for the market. 60-minute breakout ES plus 975 on the day. After hours ES plus 262.50. Cobra III E-mini S&P plus 912.50. Just catching the end of that move. You see it was a nice week for Cobra III. Captured this short trade, this long trade. It also had a short loss here on Monday for the E-mini S&P. But overall, a very nice week on Cobra III. Both for the ES and the Nasdaq. We'll show you the Nasdaq in a minute. Adaptive moving average plus 1875. Minus 575 on 60-minute breakout short. NightTrader had an unusually bad week. 2 losses in a row right here at the end of the week. Unusual for that to happen. And so while we've highlighted NightTrader at equity peaks recently, it's gone from equity peaks to 2 losses in a row. And Cobra III, which has really struggled, has in turn and had a really good week on the ES and the NQ, some big trades. And so things change between strategies quickly, and that's the diversity that we have. The benefit of the diversity that we have in the portfolios is different methodologies do well at different times, and the strategy that causes you the most pain can then be the hero, and the one that you love the most can then turn and cause you the most pain. And so you have to look at the portfolio as a single system and as the whole, what it does. Tick pullback NQ plus 60. Didn't have the same trade as the ES. The ES got in at the open. The NQ got in late in the day for just a scratch trade on that. And then there was QS3. QS3 is another one that we highlighted last week. It's one of our top strategies, and it's had a couple of losses in a row. And so it actually had a winner back here, but I got this trade right here was a little bit tricky. Some of you had this trade properly, and some of you were like me. You had 30 points of slippage, or the signal was skewed. I think I had some issues with my data at the open, and that trade was off for me. But this strategy was it's been one of the top strategies, and so you see the loss here today. We talked about this last week at equity peaks, and today it had a loss once again. While Cobra III, which was on a losing streak, had a huge week, plus 39.20 on Wednesday. It did lose on Monday, minus 625, and then plus 12.20 today. So over 5,000 in the last three days for Cobra III mini Nasdaq. Here is the equity curve of this strategy, one of our top strategies with slippage and commission. Real strategies are volatile and have this volatility. You see this drawdown, similar to this drawdown right here. This drawdown is similar to the one we've gone through, and then 2 trades in a row, you're back up here in a good place. And so that is how quickly things can change sometimes in system trading. Gap continuation 2019, a more aggressive version of gap continuation 2020, captured this move, 39.25 on the day. Nice trade, tick pulse V12 minus 105, kind of a scratch trade. And the 60-minute breakout NQ lost on the day, minus 1,025, getting stopped out near the low here. Crude oil had one trade, Cobra crude aggressive, minus 185 on the day. Only one trade in crude oil. And natural gas, no trades today. In natural gas, RBOB, no trades. Gold, 3 trades, plus 475 on Esser counter trend 3. Esser counter trend A and B for gold, plus 475 on the day. And then Cobra gold was minus 625. And then silver, 3 trades, plus 575, plus 575, plus 575 in the Esser counter trend 2V2M, 1M, 5M, and 15M series. And then we have euro, minus 250 on the day. Soybeans, no trades on the day. Those are all the trades for the day. Let's look at dynamic tick pullback. Had this in another workspace. The old Viper strategy, we highlighted this earlier in the week, looking at improvements for that. It captured that move. It captured the short move on Wednesday, lost on Thursday, captured this move on Friday. So be one of the updates I send out. Tick fader, lost today, minus 625. Dynamic tick pullback, no trades on the day. So those are the trades on the day. We can look at where we are on the week. The VIX closed at 2638. So keeps coming back to that towards 25. It spiked above 30 this week, and let's expand that. So we were down here, kind of a little bit of volatility, but not much. This is on 9/16. Not a lot happening. Really, after this, the spike early on, the sell-off occurred early. We had 2 days of selling on September 3rd and the 4th, and then since then, it's kind of gone. The market's kind of gone sideways, and you can see that in the daily charts. Nasdaq once again made its high on September the 2nd, sold hard on the 3rd. Sold hard on the 4th, and then started rebounding on the 4th. But if you reference that low, make a high there, 2 days later, the low is right here. The Nasdaq futures closed up above that low on September the 4th. And so not a lot of net change after all this selling is said and done. The extent of it from here to here was 2 days, and the Nasdaq closed above the lowest, that low point here on September the 4th. And so we've just basically had a lot of chop, not a lot of net change. Now the close on September 4th was up here, but the low was down here. And so if you just look at the range of the selling over 2 days, the close today was above that, the extent of the low. And so it could be somewhat bullish. We'll see how the market starts out next week. Let's look at the S&P with the same analysis. S&P is showing up a little weaker. Nasdaq's a little more volatile, has wider swings, and so the low on September 4th for the Nasdaq was 33.3750, 32.8725 is the closing price. So needs about 50 points from that as on the S&P, and we've seen some 100-point daily ranges. Once again, you see the daily chart of the VIX. Bitcoin not making a lot of movement right here and through all this. In April, it was down here in the 7,000. It's made as high as 12,000. High 12,850 on the Bitcoin futures, but right now at 10,825. And so just a lot of volatility, not a lot of net change in Bitcoin, not a big trend to spot. And so gold pulled back a lot this week, interesting enough, and bonds We talked about how bonds it continues to be in a narrow range, and how in bonds are in a narrow range. It's not surprising if stocks are also less volatile, and when markets are less volatile in general, there's more certainty, and it tends to be bullish. It can be bullish. In this case, it can be bullish, especially with the Federal Reserve. So those are the latest thoughts on where the market closed on Friday, September the 25th, as well as the trades on the week and where we are on the portfolios.